In 1967, Thailand is pleased to reaffirm its commitment to these two regional bodies. The back-to-back meeting we have here will increase understanding of the roles and possible contributions of each organization towards human resource development in the region. This opportunity for dialogue means we can better coordinate our response in order to bridge the development gaps and ensure more equitable and inclusive societies. The Ministry of Education of Thailand is mindful of the need to provide equitable access to quality education at all levels. For this reason, the Thai government allocates the highest proportion of the government budget to education. Although progress has been made in accordance with the Dhaka Framework of Action on Education for All, there are still some serious gaps which need to be addressed. Major inequality can still be seen between different groups of people, for instance, between the more developed and developing countries, and between urban and rural areas. We recognize that the development of an inclusive system of quality lifelong learning for all is the key to improvement in the equality of our teachers and students. To support the desired changes, attention must be given in improving educational management and administration, effectively integrating education technologies and developing interactive instructional materials. Our aim is to widen educational opportunity for all our citizens. The Ministry of Education of Thailand is very proud to be working closely with CIMIO and its 15 regional centers, as well as through cooperation developed under the ASEAN framework. Our combined efforts will enable us to raise the quality of education and promote regional understanding and cooperation in an essential step toward building an ASEAN community by the year 2015. It remains for me to thank CIMIO Secretariat, all local and central government agencies, Phuket Educational Institutes, and as well as my colleagues at Ministry of Education of Thailand for organizing the offering their support to this event. And I'm sure this will be a very productive and enjoyable meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Excellency Durin. May now call upon Malaysia's Minister of Education and President of CIMIO Council, Dato Seri Hashemuddin Tun Hussein, to deliver his remarks. Excellency, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency, Mr. Khopsak Sabhabasu, Deputy Prime Minister of Thailand, my colleague, Your Excellency, Mr. Yulin Laksanawasit, Minister of Education, Thailand, Excellencies, Ministers of Education of CIMIO member countries, members of the Diplomatic Corps, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great privilege and an honor for me to address the 44th CIMIO Council Conference here in the lovely island resort of Phuket. Allow me to begin by thanking the government and the people of Thailand and also Phuket for hosting this conference this year and for the gracious hospitality accorded to all the delegates. I apologize, Your Excellency, I've lost my voice. It must have been the tom yum that I ate last night. Now, ladies and gentlemen, In the year I have been given the honor of assuming the role of CIMIO Council President, I have had the privilege of visiting regional centers, schools and institutions of all types, shapes and sizes in CIMIO member countries. These visits have enabled me to see firsthand both our achievements at the national level, but perhaps more excitingly, I was able to see the progress and the potential collective efforts which we have and should continue to persevere as we face future common concerns at the national, regional and global level. Today, as we meet for the 44th Council Conference, we realize that suddenly the world as we know it has changed. And yet, as we deliberate on the new geo-socio-economic landscape, change is still unfolding before our eyes, making the course that we need to chart for ourselves more difficult and more uncertain. This conference takes place at a time when we all face uncertain global circumstances. The global economic meltdown and financial crisis, the impact of global warming and climate change, global food shortages and escalating food prices, the global spread of HIV/AIDS and other diseases, increasing global divide on racial, religious and cultural issues, and a changing geopolitical socio-global landscape where the world population is getting younger, and at a time when this younger population is coming of age and during an ICT revolution which has resulted in knowledge now being digitalized, networked, automated, evasive and instantaneous. CIMIO as a regional entity is not immune to the impact of these global uncertainties, and we need to, ladies and gentlemen, we need to address them both as sovereign nations as well as members of a regional collective. These are both threats as well as opportunities. We could accept it as fate. We could bow down and surrender, or we could look at it as an opportunity, one which will enable us to play an effective role at the international level, have our collective voices heard, and contribute our experience through years of resolving issues and building our nations our own way, the ASEAN way. I am certain that all delegates here know that we have been working towards this for the last few years. But in the present climate, there must be a sense of urgency. There must be stronger political will. There must be strong commitment, high level of sincerity and trust. And above all, we need to work hard to continuously and consciously work together as we navigate these somewhat uncharted waters. We have started, in fact, we have started 44 years ago, and we continue to persevere. For example, the 43rd CIMAC in Kuala Lumpur last year saw the renewed commitment between CIMIO and UNESCO. The agreement led to the first meeting between the two organizations in December, the same year during which we witnessed the signing of the terms of reference, which mandates 2 regular joint meetings a year. This renewal of links has created greater opportunities for both CIMIO and ASEAN to play a more effective role at the multinational level. We have, for example, taken on board one of UNESCO's main agenda, the all-important EFA, Education for All agenda. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as an executive board member of UNESCO, I am especially aware of the need for member countries to reach the unreached.